Welcome to Discovering. It's Big Buck Night. I was at Hardcore Outfitters in Iron Mountain for their first ever Big Buck event.
And I'm in Rapid River for the Rapid River Knifeworks Big Buck Extravaganza.
And I visited Northwoods Meat Processing the second day of the gun deer season to talk about do's and don'ts when it comes to taking care of your venison. So sit back and relax, grab your venison snack sticks. It's Monday night and it's time for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.
The secret streams that flow beneath the cliffs of colored stone. Forest thick and healthy with birch and pine and oak. Surrounded by the greatest lakes this world has ever known. The black bear's awesome presence as he roams the hills and fields. Call of the timber wolf, the loon's lonesome trill. The eagle soaring high above, the trout lies deep and still. These are what I treasure, the only way I measure feelings that I have for this fine land. There is so much to discover when you're a long-time lover of northern Michigan.
Usually, deer season is cold enough to let your deer hang on the buck pole for a few days before you cut it up or before you bring it to Big Buck Night. Not this year. With daytime temps in the 40s, 50s, and even 60s for opening week, it has been just too warm.
Under 40 is ideal. If it gets down at night to 34 degrees, 33, just above freezing, to 40 degrees, that's fine for overnight. But the following day, if it's going to get up to 50, 55, 58 degrees, that's not ideal temperatures to hang deer.
Your best bet is to get that deer skinned and cut up right away.
Break them down, put them in a cooler, some put them in a freezer right for a while just to cool them right down really quick.
But if you can't do it that day, Leroy has some tips.
$5 in ice can save a deer. A couple bags of ice packed in the chest cavity, that can save a deer. It's a cheap way to save your deer because if it's going to be out 55 degrees, if it has to sit for a day and it's shade and packed full ice, that's going to be your best friend on a hot day.
A constant temperature just above freezing is best, and a controlled environment is even better.
Still don't want to let them hang too long though, not for 3-4 days in that uncontrolled environment where it's 45 degrees and then 25 degrees at night per se, the 20 degrees, cool, warm, fluctuating. A controlled environment is a lot better. Our cooler runs right around 35 degrees consistently, 34 to 36, 35 is where it hangs out at.
And your garage isn't cool enough either in temps like this.
If it's 64 degrees outside, internal in a building, it still is 55 to 56 degrees, 58 degrees. That still is too warm. Meat will turn green, it will stink, it will smell funny, gamey.
Thankfully, after Thanksgiving is looking a little better for hanging your deer.
Down at 20 degrees at night, upper 20s during the day, which is perfect. That's nice.
But even then, you don't want to leave your back straps hang out too long.
A lot of deer hang back at camps from November 15th, they get shot, and sometimes we've seen them on November 30th, and I look at their tag, it was harvested on November 15th, so that's been hanging at camp for 2 weeks already. I've seen them where they look really dry. Outside is like really leathery. Inside, they're just dried right out. Looks like shoe leather almost. It's really tough. If they hang for a couple days, 5-6 days like that, they're fine. 2 weeks, it's a long time.
And not being able to hang your deer means good business for deer processors like Northwoods Meat Processing in Greenland.
Opening day, I believe last year we saw 21 deer opening day. And this year sold 32 yesterday, so we're 10, 11 deer more than last year.
And if you do bag your buck but don't like venison, here's a great way to give to the community.
If somebody wants to donate a deer, they enjoy hunting but they don't care for venison, they can bring the deer here and we'll process it. And the meat will all be donated to a food pantry in Ontonagon. So that is an option to get rid of an unwanted deer instead of letting it go to waste in any way. Just to get your head, horns, back, cape, whatever your hunter wants, but the meat will be donated. So it's a good thing to do for people in need in our small local area.
This was also made possible by the Ontonagon chapter of Whitetails Unlimited, Ontonagon Valley Sportsman's Club, and Camp Josh, who raised funds to cover the expenses.
Hey, it's that time of year again. I'm in Rapid River for the Rapid River Knifeworks Big Buck Extravaganza.
This is the third annual Big Buck Night at Rapid River Knifeworks factory showroom in Rapid River, Michigan. Record crowd this year, well over 1,000 people. Incredible turnout, great thing for the community, and I just can't thank everybody enough, all the sponsors and all the people and all the left camp, and this is all about family tradition, and we're seeing it here tonight. We're just an absolutely incredible turnout. A lot of big bucks this year. Warm weather kind of surprised me a little bit, but they're here, and it's been great.
I have a 10-point that was harvested off our land in Rock, and he's just a gift from God. We had never seen him, no trail camera pictures of him. We seen him Sunday running a doe, and I mean, had never seen him prior to that. You know, never expected to see him again, not a strange buck running a doe. All of a sudden, he was there in the field, and we weren't ready because I didn't think I'd see anything as warm as it was. And my husband's like, "There's a deer in the field," and he said, "It's a big one," and it's like, uh-oh, get the gun, and I shot him about that fast.
Very nice too. Wow,
Yeah.
Look at that mass.
Yeah, they both have mass.
Where'd you shoot yours?
West Rock.
West Rock?
Yeah, and you got yours?
Down in Menominee County.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thursday morning.
Thursday morning you shot
They
it.
run together. Once you get so excited, you're like
I
this,
did.
right?
About 1 o'clock.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
So did you have it scored already?
Yeah, it was 125.
25, the guy said.
125?
Yeah.
I'm not sure are they doing it in Rock.
Well, I was hunting at my camp and I shot a 4-point, but we missed it and we searched for it. Then afterwards, we went to go buy corn for my sister while she was hunting, and my grandma said, "Would you like to hunt here?" And I said, "Sure, I'll hunt there." And my dad was okay with it. So I ended up just sitting in the blind for a little bit, waiting around. And then 2 does came out, and I waited for about 20 minutes afterwards. And this guy came out, and my grandma told me it was a 3-point, so I wouldn't get nervous. And I waited, and I got a good shot broadside on him and shot him and killed him.
We like to keep everybody involved. If you don't shoot a deer, you can come in and get a raffle ticket, and for over $10,000 worth of prizes. So if you haven't been a successful hunter and you didn't shoot a deer, you still have a chance at winning a nice rifle or a crossbow or a trail camera or a nice knife or anything. You know, there's a lot of prizes. So over 100 prizes just for the general public. If you shoot a deer, you get 2 tickets. You get 1 for your deer, and then you also get 1 for the general raffle.
a picture of the deer at 10:06 yesterday morning. Went out there, he came in right before dark, shot him. There was no blood, no hair, anything. Looked for an hour and a half, could not find it. Went out this morning, looked for 4.5 hours, and finally found it doing a grid search. It's a 14 pointer, don't know what it weighs yet.
We'd really like to thank our main sponsors, Jay's Sporting Goods out of Clare and Gaylord, United Rentals, Compass Financial, Rapid River Pub, Rapid River Knifeworks, and Radio Results Network have been crucial to this event and just all the people. It's just an incredible outpouring of support, and we appreciate it.
All right, ticket number is 1.
The Saturday after the start of the gun deer season was Big Buck Night for many places across the UP. While Brian was in Rapid River, I was in Iron Mountain for the first annual Big Buck Night at Hardcore Outfitters.
Lots of nice bucks coming in tonight. I think we got 10 or so registered so far. So there's been some nice ones. Looks like we got another one coming in right now, actually.
I arrived 20 minutes after the event started and already missed a bunch. I did stick around until the end to see some really nice bucks on the pole.
We put a new buck pole up here this year, just a couple weeks ago. We got that all up, so we're weighing in every deer that comes in. The whole deer comes in. Then we've got a few people scoring deer also. The contest is just for points plus spread. So we've got biggest buck for men, women, and children. We've got some great prizes, win some deer blinds, tree stands. We've got some great gear from Stormy Cromer here, some archery equipment, lots of great prizes. We've got the DNR here, aging deer.
Yep. Just taking mass measurements right now.
Well, I've been after him all bow season. He's been playing games with me. Every time I showed up, he'd disappear. He'd come in at night. 3 days before opener, he disappeared. And I was lucky enough to have him come in on opening day at 11:40. And my sister had let him go 3 different times because she knew I wanted to shoot him. Yeah, he just walked in at 150 yards and didn't let him eat too much corn, but I just took the shot and he fell right there. So it's pretty exciting. Yeah, I seen him last year. He was a 5-pointer last year, and he blew up, obviously, and I've just been watching him ever since. Watched him all summer. He had nubs this big out of his head, and I actually tagged out in Michigan now. I shot a 8-pointer on the 7th of October, so my blind treated me pretty good this year. Been doing a lot of work, so.
So what happened was this buck just walked in to what we let out some food, like apples, corn, sugar beets, stuff like that. And then he went out to eat some apples and corn. And then I put the crosshairs right by the heart and then boom, dead, okay? So that's what happened.
Dropped him right there.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. How big is he?
I don't really know.
136 pounds.
Yeah.
I think they said.
136
pounds?
Yeah, 2.5-year-old.
How many points?
I think it's like a 4 or 5 pounder.
Broken off.
4 or 5 pointer.
Yeah, he broke off the whole side.
Is this your first buck?
Yeah.
Who was out hunting with you?
Him.
Him?
Yeah.
We'll get a shot of who's him. Awesome. Are you going to go hunting again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Still got a doe tag, right?
Yeah, still got a doe tag for this year.
Nice. What do you like about hunting?
That you don't really know what you get, like fishing. Yeah, you don't know what you get. Like if it's like a big buck, small bucks, big doe, small doe. So. Yeah.
How old are you, Oliver?
8 years old.
8 years old. And yeah, let's see that buck there. All right, tell me the story of how that happened.
I was sitting down. I was looking around with my binoculars, and I thought it was a squirrel in the woods, and it was a buck. That a minute after I looked, it was a buck at the bait pile. I got the gun ready, and I got comfortable, until it turned so I could shoot it. And it dropped right on the ground.
Dropped right there.
Mhm.
Nice. Who are you hunting with?
My uncle.
Your uncle? Awesome. Is this your first buck?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about hunting?
The meat.
The meat is good. In addition to the buck contest, there was food and drinks and music and door prizes for everyone who wanted to come hang out.
Hopefully it'll be the first annual and we'll keep doing this. Seems like a good turnout so far. We've got food and drinks and it's been good so far. Lots of people.
Jeremy is the new owner of Hardcore Outfitters.
Last January we purchased a store. Almost a year in now. It's been very good, very busy fall.
I stopped in the store earlier to see what they all had to offer and met with Phil, the store manager, who showed me around and gave me a history of the store.
Yeah, so the store started about 10 years ago with Mike, Connie, and Jared Pelletier. They started off just doing bows and some small stuff and really just expanded it. And now it's compound bows, crossbows, fishing, fly fishing, decent selection of clothing. I mean, we try to just have everything that we can. Basically everything that you need to get in the outdoors to get you out hunting or fishing, we have it. And we're underneath new ownership as of the first of the year here, and we plan on doing the same great things that the Pelletiers did and hopefully add even more yet. Going to look into some mid-grade clothing and stuff like that, just expand the areas that we have, more summer fishing stuff, bigger ice fishing selection. I kind of consider us as like the mini Cabela's of the UP. You know, we try to and basically have it all, a little bit of everything, you know. Unfortunately, we can't carry everything, but we definitely try our best, and we have a lot of good reps and stuff where if we don't have it, we could potentially get it for you within roughly about a week. Yeah, a lot of, so we do work on bows as well. We did a lot of restrings this summer, this early fall, and just some repairs on bows in general. There's a set screw underneath here that a lot of people don't know about. You got to take this off, and then the set screw's down in there. Take that set screw out and then pull this screw out. If you don't pull that set screw out, you'll strip this screw. You don't need an appointment, just stop on in with it. If we got to do a string, we'll get it ordered for you. It takes probably about a week and a half to get a string in. We'll throw it on. We can replace strings on compound bows and crossbows of any make and model. We have a 20-yard indoor archery range that anybody is welcome to come use at any time. We do not charge for it. Come on in, rainy day, if you want to come shoot, crossbow, compound bow, you're more than welcome to. And then we also have a techno range as well. It's like a video screen that you shoot at with your bow and your arrows at different scenes, anywhere from a ladybug to a giraffe. It's pretty cool. We run a winter league with that. There's probably about 100 guys that do it. It's about 12 weeks long, and it's really fun. It gets you shooting all winter, and it's a good time.
Something to keep in mind after the late archery season. Back to Big Buck Night, this dandy 172-pound, 5.5-year-old 10-point was brought in by Ken Marchetti of Iron Mountain.
It's the biggest buck, whitetail buck I've ever gotten. I've got many bucks, but that's the biggest whitetail buck.
How'd it happen? I mean, morning, night, what time?
It was 7:20 in the morning. It was behind a doe, about 30 yards. I had a 50-yard shot. Trailed it probably about 100 yards.
Is this the first time you've seen him this season, or?
I had him on camera, but never during the daylight hours. I knew he was in the area, but you know, whether you get him or not, it's the luck of the draw.
You see anything else that you passed up, or?
No other bucks. Saw does and fawns, but that was it.
And next week on Discovering, we'll bring you Big Buck Nights from Crystal Falls and Escanaba. And I visit the beer camp at Sidnaw Station. That's all for tonight, and I hope to see you right back here next week for Upper Michigan's very own Discovering.